Alrighty, so we are talking about arithmetic sequences. Arithmetic, also pronounced as arithmetic. But arithmetic sequences, when I talk about arithmetic, I'm talking about things to do with addition and subtraction. Okay? Addition and subtraction. That's all it is. Sometimes it involves multiplication and division too, but we're going to focus in on addition and subtraction. That's all arithmetic means, or arithmetic means. Sequences are a list of numbers with a common change, meaning there's a change that's consistent from number to number. An example of a good sequence would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and it goes on and on forever. Sequences go on and on forever, so they are infinite. This is our sign for infinite. They go on forever. In order to be a sequence, it has to go on forever. And this is a sequence because from every number, I am adding 2. And it's the same change from number to number. An example that would not be a sequence would be if I just made up random numbers. So 1, 8, 37, 92, 100. Okay, here I'm adding 7. Here I'm adding 29, right? Here I'm adding 8. So there's not a consistent order to it. So it is not a sequence. So arithmetic sequences are sequences of or list of numbers with a common change that is an addition or a subtraction. In an arithmetic sequence, our goal is to find the common difference. The common difference. That's what makes it arithmetic. It means that we're adding or subtracting the same amount in our sequence. So, to find a common difference, we represent that with the lowercase letter d. So that letter D stands for common difference. Okay? And how we find it is we take any two numbers and we subtract to find their difference. So if I have a sequence, I'm going to give an example of a sequence. 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. In order to find my difference, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take any two numbers, and they can be any two numbers, as long as I keep track of their position. So I'm going to find the common difference, write the value on the top of a fraction over their spot or their position on the bottom. So I'm going to label my positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to take my fifth term, 19. That is in the fifth location, and I'm going to set that up first, and then I'm going to subtract a different location. I'm going to choose 11, which is in my third position. So 11 minus 3. 9 minus, or over 3, sorry. 9 minus 11 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. I have a fraction that says 8 over 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So my common difference is 4. Now you might be thinking, oh my gosh, Miss Holmes, all you have to do is look at the number and see what am I adding? What am I adding? What am I adding? But sometimes, and you'll see that we add 4. Our common difference is a positive 4. Okay, our value is a positive 4. Sometimes we won't have all the numbers, or it might not be that clear to find out. So that's why we do our value over the spot minus value over the spot. Okay, so that helps to find us our common difference. Once we have our common difference, we can write an equation that can find us any value. So what we call our equation is called an explicit equation. An explicit means it finds us an exact number. So if I want to find the 58th number in the term or the 129th number in the term or in the sequence, I can do that. I can find the exact thing without finding all the numbers that come before it, which makes it really helpful if we're trying to figure out how many chairs are needed, and for every person we add 2 chairs, then we don't want to have to list out every single option, every single change. We want to be able to find exactly what we want, especially if it's going to become a big number. Okay? So, our equation for an explicit arithmetic sequence is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the difference times the number minus 1. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, well, we're going to break it down by letter. We know, because we just talked about it, oops, whoa. We know that the lowercase d stands for the common difference. So that's that thing of how much are we changing. Do we change? Okay. Our a sub n, we pronounce this a sub n, and that means the value at spot n. Okay, so n is referring to what spot are we at. Okay, n refers to the spot we are at / want. It is where in the sequence that we are. So if a sub 1 is the value at spot, a sub n is the value at spot n, then a sub 1 is the value at spot 1. Okay? So that means the first value. Okay? Anytime you see an A with a little number by it, okay, A sub anything, all that means is the value at spot and then whatever is down low, whatever that little number below is. So the value at, or the whatever number in the sequence it is at that spot. Okay? So let's do an example together of an arithmetic sequence. I have 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 23. And it goes on forever, so I'm always going to have these dots behind it. Dot, dot, dot. Goes on forever. It's infinite. Okay? To find my common difference, I'm going to go any number. First, I'm going to label my spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to choose any number, so I'm going to choose 20, which is in spot 6. So I take 20 over 6, and I'm going to subtract. Let's take 14 over, which is in spot 4. So 14 in spot 4. So these are the values. These are the spots. Okay. So I'm going to do my subtraction. Whoa. I don't know what that was about. My pen is not working. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Well, ignore that. Why is it not working? Sorry, y'all. So I'm going to take 20 minus 14. So I have, which is equal to 6. And I have 6 minus 4, which is equal to 2. 6 over 2 is equal to 3. Is my common change 3? To go from 5 to 8, I add 3. go from 8 to 11, I add 3. So yes, that works. So my common difference is 3. I'm going to find my a sub 1. Remember, that's my value at spot 1, which is 5. It's our starting number. And I'm going to take and that's all I need. Okay, I have my difference. So using my equation, a sub n is equal to my difference, or my a sub 1, which is 5, plus my difference times n minus 1. Okay. So there's my equation. If I want to use my equation to find something, say that I want to find the 20th term, then that would mean n equals 20. My spot number equals 20. So I'm going to take my n and I'm going to replace it with a 20. So I have a sub 20, or the value at spot 20, is equal to 5 plus 3 times 20 minus 1. Okay, so then I'm going to simplify. 5 plus 3 times 19. Okay, and so then I'm going to do 5 times 9, or 5 plus 5 plus 57, and I get 5 plus 57 is 62. So that finds me at spot 20, the number would be 62.